Hello everyone, I'm rudyxx and welcome to RPGalooza. Today I will be talking about Tales of Destiny 2 for the PlayStation 2. I remember back many years ago when I first played Tales of Destiny and falling in love with that game. I remember years later finding out that they were making a sequel to the game and being incredibly excited for it. I remember when it finally came out in Japan and I got the game as soon as I could. After that, my memory is incredibly hazy because I found that I don't really remember this game at all as I played through it for RPGalooza. So this game takes place roughly 18 years after the events of Tales of Destiny 1. It follows the journey of Kyle, son of Stan and Ruti from Tales of Destiny 1. Sometime after Kyle was born, a guy by the name of Barbados shows up and kills his father Stan. Kyle then grows up only ever hearing of the fantastic tales of his father and wants to be a great hero like his father was. He then sets out on a journey that is incredibly way over his head and becomes one of the most convoluted time-traveling adventures of all time. That's right, I said time traveling. For some reason, the developers thought time travel was a great idea for a plot point. And as much as I loved getting to see things like how the Swordians came to be, or just random events from Tales of Destiny 1, Kyle is like 12 years old and is incredibly irresponsible when it comes to keeping the timeline straight, and the amount of convoluted time-traveling paradoxes that came to be really ruined a lot of things for me. I still gave the game a 3 out of 5 for RPGalooza, but I probably would have given it a higher score if not for how much the time-traveling turned me off. Kyle especially is bad about his decision making, and the party has to constantly carry him through his journey because Kyle is like 14 or 12 or something, and he does some of the dumbest things. I mean, the story was pretty cute overall, and seeing Kyle grow throughout his journey was neat, but also incredibly frustrating. And speaking of frustrating, the hardest part of this game is the world map. I swear I got lost on the world map far more times than I probably should have because for whatever reason, the shortest path to any destination is actually the longest path, and if you try to go directly from point A to point B, then you're gonna have a bad time. The one redeeming factor about all this was that the AI for auto battle was way smarter than I am, so for basically every random encounter the entire game, I use auto battle. While this is probably the most boring way to play through the game, it definitely made having to deal with constantly getting lost and having to fight extra enemies over and over seem like less of a chore. The bosses, on the other hand, I actually took over for a majority of them, but the game was easy enough that I actually just used auto battle on quite a few of those as well. Overall, I enjoyed my experience with the game, but it was a rather weird one in that I think most of the positive feelings I had towards it stemmed more so from my love of the first game and not so much anything about the second game. I definitely had some frustrating issues with it, but they weren't enough to keep me from playing the game, and I managed to finish it in just a few sessions. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you'd like to keep up with the RPGalooza series, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as check out the description with a link to the website. And if you'd like to follow along with my adventures on my live stream, you can find me on twitch.tv/rudyxx. And until next time, everyone, happy gaming!